Welcome to Geek Out SA. We have a great show for you today, and guess what we have in here today? Spurs big homie. How's it going?
Good.
And you're wearing your mask, as you do always, all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Good reason to. It's too hot out there.
Yeah, because you get like defamed if you take a luchador's mask off, isn't that?
Yeah.
How it goes?
Yeah.
I hate it because I have done a lot of research on luchadors because I was actually, other than the one I was telling you about before, I was designing a luchador game.
Really?
Specifically a luchador, not a roach game. Not a roach luchador, but it was a luchador game. It was called Lucha Rivals, but it's going to come out pretty soon.
Looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Spurs big homie. You're like the Spurs geek of them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what is up with that? What made you decide to become Spurs big homie?
Just wanted to become a super fan.
Yeah.
We had other friends, who want to go decked out to the games, but I was like the only person in that posse to wear a mask because the others would just want to paint their faces or I'd rather not go to the other direction. That's what they want to do, but I just want to just go decked out in the mask, just kind of show my Spurs spirit, and now it's really got me really popular.
Yeah.
Now I'm known not just here in San Antonio, but kind of hard to believe, but worldwide now.
Yeah, definitely. Because I picked you up the first time I actually found out about you. I was watching the Talk Now SA back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw you and Spurs Jesus. Do you get along with Spurs Jesus?
Oh yeah, we do.
It's a nice big family.
Well, of course, the difference between me and Spurs Jesus, he's more the forgiving person. For me, I'm just not forgiving.
But I'm sure you enjoyed this season because they won, right?
Yeah, I did. It was a lot of fun, a lot of attention. We went all crazy, throughout the playoffs, from the beginning till, that championship celebration. We did a lot of watch parties, in different places. We did a lot of charities, if it's even during the games or.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't necessarily associate with you being Spurs big homie, but you do a lot of that go the extra mile and do that charity work.
Yeah, it is. Of course, what made me do it was one of, I guess you could say, San Antonio's own superhero, Aquaman. I pretty much looked up to him when he did charities. He went all out, to help people out, if it's from Feast to Sharing to homeless people. Of course, the most memorable one is when he took his time to actually slept with the homeless people. He
that I didn't know.
Them. Yeah,
wow.
He did a lot. He did a lot for his free time. And like I said, if he has nothing to do at home, he goes all about and just. Just do a lot of things, like I said, that him hanging out with the homeless people, that was really memorable.
Yeah, he will be greatly missed. That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but I mean, people remember him for all the good that he did.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah, of course. Wearing this ribbon right now. This show's like pretty much dedicated to him. Like I said, we all looked up to him, kids, adults, even strangers. Everybody looked up to him. Especially now he's part of the RCW family. He was a ring announcer for RCW, and he goes out, wears his Aquaman costume, and takes pictures with fans when the show's going on. He makes people laugh. So he does a lot, he's a really good guy, and I'm really honored, to get to know him and hang out with him too, whenever I have that time.
It's cool. So, I mean, it takes a lot for a person to put themselves out there like that.
Yeah.
And because a lot of people can be mean, and especially in social media, they are mean, and that's unfortunate because he was such a great guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
So yeah, no, I mean, we'll all miss him, but you know, every day we go on, and we need to make up for it by doing good.
Oh yeah, exactly. Especially, we got something really special for him going on this weekend. There's a Aquafest going on.
Yeah, Aquafest.
I forgot what the location where they're having Aquafest at, but it's off of
Corova.
Corova. There you go, Corova.
Yeah.
Corova. Yeah, they're gonna have a Aquafest going on from 3 p.m. to 2 a.m.
You know, I always hear, because they even had some parties over there for Alamo City Comic Con during San Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I still have not been to Corova, and they're always having stuff going on there. Had you been there before?
I never been there either. I guess this is the first time I heard about that place. Especially I roam around downtown a lot. Do my activities or work.
Yeah.
But I never heard of that place. But this Saturday will be my first, so I'm really looking forward to see what this Aquafest event is all about.
Very nice, very nice. And then who was putting that together?
His brother.
His brother?
Jeff Vela, and his whole family. They put all this together just celebrate his life. Mm-hmm. And of course, his birthday. His birthday is actually this Sunday. So they're pretty much going to celebrate his birthday, celebrate his life, what he has done. Mm-hmm. And of course, continue the legacy of Aquaman.
Yeah, and this was actually set up before he passed.
Yes.
To help with hospital bills.
Yeah.
And I say it's unfortunate that he did pass, but he did leave a lot of good memories, and we want to make sure we let that be known. And and again, do good out there.
Yeah.
Take his stance on everything and do good by other people.
Yeah.
Because that's what he did.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So he was a big part of our life, but you're a big part of the Spurs, and you know a lot about the Spurs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Just a little bit.
I would hope so.
No, I was born in Russia, and I did quick research, so just like that, I knew. I'm not just kidding. I wasn't born in Russia. Born and raised here in San Antonio.
I remember you being on a show, and then there was somebody from either Japan or China or something like that.
Japan, yeah.
From Japan.
Yeah.
That is a Spurs fan. They came all the way over here.
Yeah.
To watch the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is loyal. His name is Taro. He's born and raised in Tokyo, Japan. But he really looks up to the Spurs. He started looking up to the Spurs when he was 15 because Sean Elliott went to their summer camp down there. And ever since, he started following the Spurs. And I actually met this guy during the finals last year. It was at Lulu's Bakery. Mm-hmm. And we...
cinnamon rolls, right?
Yep.
Yum.
Yeah, I think it was there for the cinnamon rolls. I don't know. But we met this guy there. He was a loner there because he was just there. It was after the game when we lost the game. It was Game 4. Was it Game 4? Yeah, Game 4. And we saw him there, and he introduced us to him, and he was saying how much of a loyal Spurs fan he is. Mm-hmm. And whenever he has that time, and he does come to San Antonio 3 or 4 times, each season just to watch the Spurs.
That's cool.
Yeah, and of course he made a couple of trips during the finals. He didn't go to this year's finals. I think the last game he went to was against the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Western Conference Finals. And during that time, I invited him to go to Talk Now SA, talk to Chris Duo, and he had a blast. It was me, him, and Spurs Jesus.
Yeah.
And pretty much all the attention was on him. But
coming all the way from Japan just to see the Spurs, that kind of makes you feel like all warm and fuzzy because it's our town.
Yeah. Well, well, it's funny too because now he considers himself as Mexicanese. Because sometimes he comes to San Antonio, he wears a sombrero, he watches Spurs game.
Nice.
He looks really cool in the sombrero. But he's really loyal. We got other Spurs fans all over the world. I actually communicate with different Spurs fans if it's from Taiwan, if it's from Iran, any other countries, we communicate with them, and hopefully, we could get some of them to come to San Antonio.
Yeah, I used to know back in the day, like one of the super fans, I would always go and. Are you familiar with Spurs Kim?
Spurs who?
Spurs Kim.
Never.
She was one of the big. It was back in the day of like when AOL was really big.
The late 90s.
So yeah. No, but she would, when they would be coming in from an away game, she'd be there waiting for them, cheering them on. Is that some of the stuff you do?
If I have that time.
If you have the time to do it.
Well, like for me, as a diehard Spurs fan, if I don't have the time, I actually do go to road games. Mm-hmm. Like if it's in New Orleans, if it's in Dallas, Houston, Oklahoma City, or if I can, Chicago. As a matter of fact, during actually the week after Thanksgiving, I'm planning to go to New York for vacation. But when I was looking at the Spurs schedule, they're playing Brooklyn, so I'm gonna try to catch that game.
That'd be
in
cool.
Brooklyn. But yeah, as a loyal Spurs fan, I go all about go to road games, or like I said, if I don't have a ticket to a Spurs game, I have Spurs watch parties.
Yeah.
All over San Antonio. Not actually, I even do it in San Marcos too. Pluckers.
Yeah.
Pluckers too, and of course, there's a lot of Spurs fans in Corpus Christi, and I try to go down there and have a little Spurs watch party there. But I do a lot during the Spurs season, just to kind of continue the Spurs fever.
Right.
Especially last season, we were really heartbroken, especially that game 6. That was terrible. But we kept the Spurs fever going. And look what happened now. We wanted to never give up on our Spurs, and we won a championship.
You're not a real fan unless you stick with them when they're doing bad.
Yeah, exactly. And there was another thing too I wanted to bring up too, because after every Spurs home game, I'm always at the Fox post game shows. Mm-hmm. And every time I'm there, Richard Oliver and Andrew Monaco are always comfortable with me being there, because the crowd gets really big right behind them when we just show our Spurs spirit. If we win or lose, we're out there, we're supporting our Spurs. We're like showing the Mavs, Rockets, and Thunder fans, what Spurs fever is all about. How crazy we get. Mm-hmm. Like I said, no matter when we win or lose, we're out there. We're there to support our Spurs, and what happened this season now really paid off.
Yeah.
We got our 5th title, so now we're aiming for 6.
So you and Spurs Jesus really geek out over the Spurs.
Yeah.
But who else is out there that does that? Because there's more people that are big Spurs fans. Mm-hmm. Can you name some of them?
Yeah, actually, I can. We have a Spurs Buddha. He's a big guy. But he has a Spurs flag, and he uses it as a toga. And, I call him Spurs Buddha. I came up with a name for him. We got a Spurs Hulk. He wears a silver Hulk mask with a silver fist. He always says, Hulk smashed the Lakers. Hulk smashed LeBron James. He's a really crazy character. And of course, Spurs Iron Man. He goes to Spurs game. He wears his Iron Man mask. It blinks. He has the Spurs logo on there, and he's well known too. So, there's a lot of long list of super Spurs fans out there that is trying to make a name for themselves. So it's gonna get really crazy. It's like we're trying to compete with the Oakland Raider fans with the black hole. So we're coming up with different names now. So it's really fun. Being super fans.
Yeah.
It just shows. Even though we had the baseline bums, now it's like we're like following the baseline bums' footsteps. We're trying to create our own. I guess you could say clan, but of course in a geeky way.
Yeah.
So, but so far, it's really.
And that's what people enjoy about it. I mean, it's you really show off like a focal point of your Spurs spirit, and it's very. I don't know. I guess I would say like ornamental, something like that.
Yeah.
But you know a lot about the Spurs. Now, can you tell us about some geeky Spurs?
As the players?
As players, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, Tim Duncan's a gamer. Sean Elliott's more of a ninja. Matt Bonner is more of a sandwich geek, like I like to call him.
The sandwich, you're going to have to explain that one.
He like every road trip that he goes to, or if it's in San Antonio, he goes to a lot of like Subway sandwich places.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Jason's Deli type places. If it's Subway, Schlotzsky's, he's there for the sandwich, or he's trying to create his own version of you know, any name for a sandwich. You know, he's basically like a judge. So of course, Patty Mills with the froggy thingy, along with Boris Diaw, you know, he does the froggy thingy. That's I know I'm missing somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course Brent Barry. You know, he's more of a nerd. You know, he loves to.
He doesn't get to be a geek. He's a nerd.
Yeah, he's more of a nerd because you know it's just the way he approaches fans, or when he's on the air. You know, he just makes people laugh. Especially you know if you watch the HEB commercials. You know, he always loves to make you laugh. So and for me, like Kawhi Leonard. Not since it just popped in my head. Kawhi Leonard's more of a silent geek because you know he's more quiet and you know of course you know if you take it like the HEB commercial where he when Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and Tony Parker were like going all superhero with the milk.
Yeah.
And of course you know you just see Kawhi Leonard. You know it's good you know but he just says it like in a nerdy way. So. But you know that's another thing you know you can just describe the Spurs you know what they do during the off season. So you know we all have a lot of fun you know if it has something to do with during the game you know away from the game you know we just go all about it and just you know just show our Spurs fever. Just like I mean look at me wearing my Gizmo T-shirt.
Well, I think you were telling me earlier that what is it? Parker is really into Back to the Future.
Oh yeah,
is that right?
The car, yes. He has a time machine. He has a time machine. Of course.
Not just the DeLorean, it's like made up to look like the...
No, it's like the time machine.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, you know, they advertised it on I think it was the Jimmy Kimmel show. And they showed his car. And of course, you know, I had a lot of friends who tell me that they see his car, if he's driving off a 1604. They're like, oh my God, I see a time machine there. Like, oh yeah, you see that's Tony Parker there. And, like for me, you know, if I had a dream car, you know, actually it's not really a car. I'm not sure if you've seen this movie, Radio Flyer.
Yes, I have.
You know, I remember when I was a kid, you know, I always wanted to have my wagon fly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, but now, you know, now that I'm all grown up.
It was a sad movie.
Yeah, it was a sad movie, yeah. It was more of a drama. I mean, people want to consider it as a kid's movie, but it's more drama.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the life of little Mikey, you know, how he, you know, had to deal with his father or stepfather.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like, of course, in my time zone, you know, I was more of a shy kid. You know, with Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man.
Yes. She-Ra.
She-Ra, there you go.
No, we didn't watch that.
So, and of course, Pee Wee Herman, you know, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So I always wanted his bike. So. So
that was a cool bike.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, no. Well, when you go out there, you're really out there, and you do like watching a lot of like the geeky movies that are out. Like what are some of the latest movies that you've seen that are geeky?
You know, I'm gonna have to go old school again on this.
Oh, okay.
Well, of course, you know, to be honest with you, before I go to old school, the recent one, it's not really considered a movie. It was more of a sitcom. What was that show? It just went off the air not too long ago. They was showed on TBS. You remember what?
On TBS?
Yeah.
Not Arrow. Not...
More of a sci-fi.
It's more sci-fi, yeah, but it's more. God, I can't believe I don't remember the show, and it just went off the air. It was really funny. I wish I knew about it, but I guess I'm gonna go back to old school now. But of course, you know, old school movies. I like Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes.
You know, I love all the Revenge of the Nerds
ultimate.
movies.
Of course, you like. Well, you got a Gizmo T-shirt there.
Gizmo,
You like Gremlins.
Gremlins was one of my favorite movies. Monster Squad. Mission to not Mission to Mars. Oh my God. See what happened. Not Mars Attack, but, but then I go, yeah.
But I like that one too.
Space Invaders. That's just a long list of sci-fi movies I like in the past. But now since we're in the future now, I'm more into horror movies. Still old school horror movies though, like the Ghoulies, Nightmare on Elm Street, and all that stuff.
Yeah, wow.
Critters. So that's pretty much.
Did you happen because back in the day, because you were in that same era, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Did you happen to see the new movie?
Yes, it was.
And what did you think?
I loved it. This one had a lot more action and comedy than the recent ones, because like the recent TMNT movie, it was more of history. More history, it's a lot of talk, less action. But this one was just nonstop, from the beginning to the end. I really love this movie. But if somebody's gonna ask me, what do you compare between this year's Ninja Turtles and from the past? The old movies are still gonna be good.
Yeah.
But this one's probably gonna be like one of my second favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first Ninja Turtle movie from the old days was one of my favorites. So
You should make like a Spurs Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mask.
that's an option.
Yeah, right?
That's an option. There's a long list of masks that I am actually currently making. Even if it has nothing to do with the Spurs or it has nothing to do with sports.
Right.
Because I actually made masks from 98.5 The Beat, Kiss. I'm making one for RCW. I'm actually working on making one for Aquaman. Mask. And of course, I'm supporting a junior league football team, the Mighty Eagles, the Junior Eagles. I'm making a mask of them too. It's kind of a secret though, but I hope they're not watching. But I'm making a mask for them.
So how does one go through making a mask?
It's just the thought, it's in the heart.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying other people had the same ideas I did, but there's other ideas I can come up with to make a mask.
Yeah.
But it's always going to be the same character, the same mask, because people are going to go different. But for me, it's just going to be the same look, but a different idea.
Yeah.
And of course, like I mentioned to you yesterday, the San Antonio Spurs NBA championship belt. That one's also on its way.
That's really
so,
cool.
I can't wait to reveal that to everybody. Everybody's going to be really shocked.
You should come here and then show off here first.
Well, actually, that is going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
That is going to happen because, I did talk to everybody. I'm going to reveal the belt here on the show first before I start revealing at the AT&T Center.
That would be awesome.
So, yeah.
We'll get some Spurs fans over here and then
that'll be
we'll go crazy. We'll party. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's going to start off Tuesday, though. Not the belt, though, but party.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, what are your plans? What are your plans? Are you planning to do new Spurs mask? Or are you planning to change up anything with your character as Spurs Big Homie?
Well, the character is going to be the same. It might be different, ideas how I'm going to portray this character. But it's still going to be the same Big Homie. The only difference is, yes, it's going to be the mask.
Yeah.
It may be different colors. The one I did not bring was I have a Los Spurs mask.
Yes.
That was one of everybody's favorites was my Los Spurs mask. But that one's a little bit more blingy. This next one I'm having is it's gonna have all 5 championship trophies on there, and
nice.
Another one it's gonna have the Spurs jersey numbers on there with the Spurs logo. And even though I should have made this a long time ago, I was actually gonna make a Stars mask, but I'm gonna make one for Becky Hammond.
Cool.
Since she's retiring, so I'm not gonna wear it though. I'm actually gonna give it to her personally, honor her. I hope she doesn't wear it, no offense to her, but it's like a trophy, as a super fan. So, and of course, there's other teams like the Texas Longhorns, UTSA, I'll be making masks of them. So there's a lot,
Geek Out SA mask, no.
I need the logo, and I'll make it happen. I promise, I will make it happen. I need the logo. I will make it happen.
But that's cool. That's cool. It's interesting. What kind of stuff do you because being Spurs big homie, you probably get into stuff that not necessarily everybody else gets into, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's other things that I've been appearing recently, like if it's clubs, bars, like
And you go in mask.
I go in the mask. Well, because they asked me to wear the mask. Last weekend I was at Club Movida in the South Side.
Oh my God.
Oh.
The place changed though. The place has changed.
Does Richard work there anymore?
No.
No, I heard a lot of history about that place, but this one, it's a new owner. When I was there, I was a little paranoid when I got there, but
Yeah, I don't.
but I walked out, okay.
Still here,
So I'm still here, but I am making
As long as you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you there.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's a good place though so far.
Yeah.
It's a great place, great management, great owner. Not too extreme,
Yeah.
but it's just like a normal bar. It's kind of mixed bag, from country, Tejano, hip hop.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. They have their own section, country, one section Tejano, one section hip hop. So they got their own territory.
Yeah. I know I used to hang out there a lot because I knew one of the bartenders that worked there for the longest time. Mm-hmm. And after some questionable stuff happened there, I was just like, no, I'm not going there anymore.
But it was funny though because my friend Joseph, on Facebook, he calls himself Frank Castle. Mm-hmm. He's a police officer.
Nice.
And, he told me about that place, and I'm like, why'd you tell me that? I was so excited about going to this place, and then he tells me the history about it. Like, oh my God. And that's when, like I said, I got a little paranoid because I'm like, should I go there or should I go there or not? But I kind of gutted it out, went there, and walked out okay. So
I don't know if they still have it because I haven't been there in a while. But even when it was Movia, they still had the old bars that had the R&R on it.
Yeah.
And it was bad then.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. And of course, speaking of an appearance, like even though this wasn't really considered as an appearance, this was more of a charity. Going back to charity. I was one out of a million people who did that ice bucket challenge. I did that a couple of days ago at Brackenridge Park, and it was funny though because when you look on Facebook, you have like an average of 4 to 6 people challenging you for the ice bucket challenge. For me, I had over 1,000.
Wow.
And so I'm like, who am I gonna accept the challenge? I did donations and stuff like that, but like, how long is this gonna last? Because
I only have so much money, guys.
I know, right? And if I don't have money, I'll still dump ice on me. But just don't send me to the hospital. I don't want to go to the hospital with pneumonia or anything.
But that stuff is blown up on Facebook. Yeah. And they're I challenge, because they'll go through and then they challenge 3 people at least. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going through and I'm just like, that's crazy.
And what? Hopefully in the near future too, I want to bring 3 professional wrestlers here.
Yeah.
But it's locally. They're in New Braunfels. It's Blockbuster Wrestling.
Yeah.
I go to that show a lot. As a matter of fact, there was conflicting reports that they want to have me as a wrestler. But they came up with a script for me on how I'm going to do it, so thank God I'm not going to get beat up or anything.
Nice.
I want to be healthy for the ring ceremony. But they're called the Nacho Brothers. They're considered as my primos. They're really funny. I really look up to them. I really want to bring them on the show pretty soon. As a matter of fact, I might bring them here Tuesday. It's pretty much up to their schedule though. But I want to bring them here Tuesday. But you're gonna love them. They're really hilarious. They love to make people laugh. They're really famous for ringside selfies when they're in the ring. So, and of course they have this dance. It's called the Alate dance. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorites. They kind of have me obsessed with it now because it's like this, like that. So I'm really obsessed with that. So like I said, they did the ice bucket challenge too, and
wow.
They really cracked me up on that one also. So
I'm not saying anything because I'm just not saying anything because I don't want to be challenged.
I know.
It's too cold.
I'm gonna challenge it next week. So. Oh, you didn't hear that? Go cool.
Can't watch recording.
Oh.
Nah, but it's really fun, you know, doing the ice bucket challenge. You know, it didn't feel that bad. You know, especially it's 100 degrees here in San Antonio. You know, you can't complain. You can't complain, and the chill doesn't really last that long, anyway. So when I put the ice bucket on me, you know, it felt really good. It felt cold, yeah, but it felt really good. And after that, you quickly warmed up already. So, but
5 minutes later, I'm dry. It's all good.
Yeah, so it's not like if it's an avalanche, you know, coming down at you or anything, but it's really cool.
Yeah, I like just make sure you don't have your phone on you when you do it.
Yeah. I always tell my friend that because she also did it that day too, the ice bucket challenge. During that video, I was actually unmasked on that video, and it was funny because that was more funnier than mine because you know I was on top of the bench, I was right behind her, and you know she was just taking her time, you know, calling on whoever. It's like she was trying to intervene. And you know, I was just, you know, holding the bucket, and I was tired. I'm like, any day now. And then all of a sudden, I dropped the bucket, and I was just kind of like pacing back and forth, pretending I had a watch in my hand, and then I was like doing jumping jacks, shaking my butt right in front of her. And then after that, I was like, you know what? That's it. I had it. So I picked up the bucket, and I was just right behind her, and I started picking it up, and I was like doing an evil look at her, like, I'm gonna get her. And right when she was still talking, boom, that's when I dumped the ice on her, and she just, like, she didn't see it coming. I just dropped it on her, and she started screaming her head off, and like, she was really cold. She's all like, that's not fair, like that. I'm all like, come on, this is a 1 minute video. You know? So
you got to keep to that.
Yeah.
Now you were talking about evil looks. Now you're going to be in a haunted house this year. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, this one is called San Antonio Slaughterhouse Psycho Asylum.
Wow.
It's a mixed haunted house with mental patients and psychotic cannibal type people. Like I said, this is a mixed bag. Like, this is their second year doing this. They did this last year, but it was kind of separate. The Psycho Asylum was right across the street from the Spaghetti Warehouse, and Slaughterhouse was actually at Backstage Live. They turned Backstage Live into a haunted house, so basically all their concerts were outside. Now this year, they put the San Antonio Slaughterhouse to the Psycho Asylum. So it's going to be across the street from the Spaghetti Warehouse. That one's going to be opening, I think, October 3rd. I'll still look into that, but this is going to be a crazy haunted house. I'm not saying we're competing with other haunted houses like the 13th Floor, or the Nightmare on Houston Street, and Ripley's Haunted Adventure. But this is
just sounds weird. Nightmare on Houston Street.
Yeah, it's a new one. It's basically the same owner from Nightmare on Grayson.
Yeah.
So, but they did pretty good last year.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting, you know, better things from them this year. But you know,
I kind of miss it at Grayson though.
Yeah, we do. It did bring back a lot of good memories from Screamers to Nightmare on Grayson. I could just see her shaking her head right now. I didn't look in the mirror though, but I could see the. But remind me, I'll get you free tickets and we'll get you in there. So
Nice.
now I know who to target. Or I could tell other creatures, go after her like that. But sorry. No, like this is like I said, this is gonna be one of those haunted houses that nobody's not gonna see coming. You know, this is gonna be all out crazy monsters in there. Well, not monsters, but crazy people, including myself. So
Nice.
But yeah, so we're gonna open in the first week of October. So you know, we're looking forward to, you know, passing the word. Starting next month.
That'd be cool. We definitely need to make a trip out of that and have the whole crew go. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Oh yeah, I gotta make these more fun for me too when I get there. So yeah. But yeah, so I can't wait for y'all. I can't wait to scare a lot of people. Scare a lot of people. So not mentioning anybody. So
Very cool. Very cool. And I told you about before that I made a game with a luchador roach. This is the actual luchador roach that's in the game.
See which was my favorite.
They're all the same. But yeah, no. Well, these are like you can be a cowboy, a luchador, a ninja,
Nice.
and spy. And we're actually have this game on Kickstarter right now. It's called Roaches, and your roach is trying to take over the house, but you have to watch out for the everyday dangers.
It's my favorite ninja. Cowboy, I want to talk about it. It reminds me of an NFL team right now. So
Oh,
I'm a Cowboy fan though, but Jerry Jones. I'll tell you that story another time.
I hate when he happens.
Yeah, he doesn't like me that much when I go to the Cowboys game.
No?
No, because I actually let him hear it from me when I go to the Cowboys game. This is what I mean, like when we discuss about Spurs Jesus and, big homie, Spurs Jesus being a good guy and more of a bad guy, I pretty much let it all out, when I'm at the games. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to Jerry Jones, I kind of go a little vulgar on him. It's like he wants to, because like when I go to the Cowboys games, I'm like right there behind the Cowboys bench, next to the tunnel where they come out. And when you see Jerry Jones, I'm just constantly just talking a lot of trash to him. And he wants to kick me out.
Wow.
But I told Jerry Jones, I spent a lot of your money just to watch the Cowboys, guess you could say, lose. Mm-hmm. But of course, I told Jerry Jones, I come all the way from San Antonio just to watch the Cowboys game. So you can't kick me out. So, but like last year, because I used to live in Fort Worth. Mm-hmm. I used to live in Fort Worth, and I used to live right down the road from Cowboy Stadium. So when I'm off on Sundays, instead of just barbecuing with the family, I'm at the game.
Wow, that's cool.
But this year, it's going to be a little bit less Cowboys game because I'm actually more looking forward to the Spurs now.
Yeah.
So I'm basically skipping the
Because
Cowboys.
we're winners.
Yeah, we're champions. We're champions. We're pretty much caught up to the Dallas Cowboys on 5 championships already. So.
Yeah.
But we're actually looking for 6 already.
Yeah.
But this season is going to be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And I'm really looking forward to this season. Everybody's excited. And of course, the belt when it comes. I know it's going to be...
I can't wait to see it because what I've seen of it so far, it looks really, really cool. Oh. And it's not, you were saying, it's not like, they try to do some like Spurs belts before, but it was just like the plastic ones when they put like a sticker on it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the real thing. Because I had I was telling him, I was making, a friend of mine in Toledo, Ohio was making the belt for me. And it's real metal, real gold. Not too expensive, but real gold. Has the Spurs logo attached to the belt. Has the years that we won the championship, and of course it has my mask on there, which I'll show you. It's on my phone. But this belt's gonna shock a lot of people, not just the Spurs fans themselves, but the players. When they see it, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully they're gonna want one.
Nice.
But this was a pretty expensive belt. I mean, not too bad, only almost $600. It could have been worse.
Hey, when you're a super fan, you gotta go all out.
Yeah.
No shame in that at all.
Oh yeah, no shame at all. But it could have been worse. It could have been $1,200, $2,000. Yeah, exactly.
600 is like nothing.
Well, I did have an option though. Bronze, silver, or gold, and of course, I had to go for the gold.
You gotta go for the gold.
It's chose silver because Spurs colors, bronze. We're not a third place team, so we gotta go for the gold. So yeah, it's gonna be can't wait. I'm really excited about that belt too.
Wow.
So I want October to hurry up and get here too.
Yes. I can't wait to see you here with it.
Flash that belt in front of Mark Cuban too, because I did make him mad during the first round.
Oh.
Yeah, just to make a long story short on that one, because I went to game 1 of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Of course, it was an early game, which that sucked. Because it was funny though, because that weekend it was Easter weekend, and I was actually celebrating Easter at Breckenridge Park. Of course, I love that park. Of course, I went to Breckenridge High School too, so Breckenridge. But we stayed the night at the park, and that next day, that's when we went to the game. It was a noon tip-off, and my seats were like almost right next to the Dallas Mavericks bench, which I was really excited about that.
Wow.
Mark Cuban there. Oh, he's gonna hear an earful from me, especially when I go to Dallas to go see the Spurs play the Mavericks in Dallas. I sit 10 rows behind Cuban.
Wow.
So when during game 1, you know, I see Mark Cuban crying like, "That's not a call. That's not a foul." This and that. I'm like, "Shut up, Mark Cuban." I'm like, like that. And the most memorable moment too is they actually showed the highlights on Sports Center where you see Mark Cuban talking a lot of smack, and they show me just talking smack to Mark Cuban. So this wasn't the first time I've been on ESPN. You know, I've been on ESPN 3 times during the game, during the highlights, and they actually put me on the introduction to Sports Center. So you know, I've been on ESPN a lot, TNT. I've been like national television a lot.
That's cool. That's cool.
You know, I'm not, you know, me as a character, you know, I'm not really asking for the fame. I'm just basically just showing what a super fan is all about, you know, to the world. So as a matter of fact, next weekend I'm going to Orlando because I was nominated for Best NBA Superfan for the Spurs.
Nice.
It's called What a Fan Awards. And according to the producer, he said that I'm basically a winner because there wasn't that much NBA fans selected. And basically he said that 95% of the votes was from me. So I basically won that award. So next weekend I'm going to Orlando to claim it. I'm getting a trophy and a ring too. So yeah, so that's gonna be exciting. That's a nice early, I guess you could say late birthday gift now. It's after my birthday. So.
Well, it's gotta be good to be it is good to be a Spurs fan, definitely. I mean, I've seen some of like the Heat games where the Spurs were playing over there and the Spurs were whooping them, and all these Heat fans just leaving the game, like hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah, we
just
saw that on TV.
Yeah, like way before the game was over. They just, like a lot of NBA teams, they give up on their teams as soon as they start to lose. And I see Spurs fans in the fans until the very end, or in the stands till the very end. So that's gotta be great. Just to be a Spurs fan, you know, in a city where, you know, fandom isn't like frowned upon. It's like if you're a fan, you're like greeted with open arms.
Yeah.
So.
But I think one of the big reasons people stay at their seats is because of Steve Kerr.
Yeah. Well, speaking of NBA Finals, Game 1. Of course, everybody knows about the air conditioner incident.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, everybody was asking me, like, how am I? Initially, they were asking me during the game. You know, I'm on my phone, and everybody was asking me, "Aren't you hot in there?" Because you know the AC was off, and it was hot. Yes, I was hot. Normally, when I'm at the AT&T Center, I'm actually not hot. I'm not sweating or anything. Believe it or not. Right now, I'm not even sweating either. Right now, but it was hot. It was humid. You know, especially I'm right next to the steps, and I'm feeling the steps, and it was humid. Wow. You can feel the moisture from the steps, and I'm all concerned because people are gonna slip.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody was asking me because you know the infamous LeBroning thing. You know when people carrying him out. Everybody was asking me, "Did you get LeBron out of the AT&T Center?" Like, no, I walked out of my own power. And next thing you know, I ran to the water fountain and started drinking a lot of water. But of course, you know, I did a lot of the LeBroning thing where I was at the Superior with Jonathan Joss. Me and Jonathan Joss and Russell Rush were hosting the show, giving out NBA Finals tickets, and my introduction was the salesman were actually LeBroning me into the crowd. So that was nice. That was funny. I actually posted that picture not too long ago too about that. But that was hilarious. You know, people LeBroning me out. It was funny though because I'm surprised I could carry because I'm a big guy and I'm heavy. But you know they took it. So, but yeah, it was like I said. That's one of the memorable moments too because of Game 1.
Very cool. You know. Very cool. If people want to find out like more of what you're doing, where can they find out about you? Like if you're going to make an appearance or somewhere, or what's the best way?
Oh, just look to my Facebook. It's www.facebook.com/SpursBigHomie. But actually now I'm already actually at my maximum of friends list of 5,000.
Yeah.
I actually have a fan page. It's called The Real Big Homie.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've been hearing conflicting reports that people are trying to be like me now and trying to steal my name. So I got my own Facebook called The Real Big Homie. It's a fan page. So log on to that one and just like the page and, you know, just look up my posts and I'll post whatever I'll be appearing.
Awesome.
So I'll be making my rounds, not just here in San Antonio, but maybe around the nation.
Very cool. That's very awesome. You heard it here.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going to see him everywhere. It's going to be awesome.
Yep.
But, you know, thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
It was great. Can't wait to have you on, and can't wait to see that
The belts.
first belt. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna like that a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me. Actually, I was at. Am I looking at the right camera? I was at. We got some clips that we're going to show right now. We're going to go ahead and show it now. With Todd Clemenger to go ahead and tell us a little bit about what's going here at the Nerd Nighters charity event here at Gen Con. So, what are we raising money for this year?
Well, they chose Gleaners Food Bank of Indiana as the charity this year, and we are extremely excited to be here. Gleaners Food Bank serves 21 counties in Indiana, and we serve about 300,000 people a year, a third of which are children. And what we're focusing on tonight is to raise money for our backsacks program, and that is we send about 10,000 backsacks out every Friday with students from K through 6, and it has kid-friendly, shelf-stable meals to get them through the weekend. Because a lot of those kids, they are on free and reduced lunch, and the only meals they get are when they're at school, and they don't eat over the weekends. So our backsack program, like I said, we serve about 10,000 kids every week throughout the school year.
Very cool. I mean, this is my wife is a teacher, and she's really sees this every day. And even from we're from San Antonio, Texas, but it's everywhere. And to do that is just great, because it's not the kid's fault that any of this has happened. And every kid should get to have a nice meal every day. And we're really glad you're doing that. How much have we actually has the Nerd Nighters actually raised today?
Well, I'm not a high enough official to get the actual key to the lockbox, so I won't know till tomorrow. But they did. We were watching it as it was coming through, and my lovely wife's here with us, and she's a banker, and she says there's at least $2,000 there. So that'll feed it. That'll feed about 10. That'll feed 10 kids for the year. So we're excited.
Very good. That's really awesome. I'm really proud of what you're all doing. It's a great thing, and I hope we can keep doing that and keep watching and give, and make sure kids have meals. And thank you.
So this is Colleen, the on-the-spot GOSA reporter for Gen Con. We're currently at the DFW Nerd Nighter event. Here we have Andrew playing some games with people, teaching them how to play. What are you playing, Andrew? They're playing Sheriff of Nottingham. It's so good, they say, and they love it. So they are going to play that. We've also got Vince in here talking and hobnobbing with people in the industry. Here you can see this is just strictly a charity event held by the Nerd Nighters. They're actually working to help out the local food bank so the children can have a backpack full of food so that they can actually be taken care of and not be hungry over the weekends when there not be someone available to help them out. So we have all kinds of games being run in this room. As you can see, it's a little dark. It's a little late at night. So it's a little bit of maybe we don't want to see each other's faces as we play. No, just kidding. Here we have some fun gamers over here playing for a Gen Con charity event. And over here we have Set Jr., Quiddler, other fun games. Here we have a nice table full of Cthulhu dice donated by Steve Jackson as a giveaway for the Nerd Nighters. They have more gaming in this area. 5 Tribe, it looks like. 5 Tribes. I haven't played this one, but it looks interesting. believe over there in the corner they have Artemis playing a little bit of that. More gaming as we roam around the room. So as you can see, just a little late night gaming at Gen Con.
And welcome back. And we're here with Darren from Double Exposure.
How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. So Double Exposure.
Double Exposure is the company. First Exposure is the program for it here. And First Exposure is a playtest program that is run through, in addition with Gen Con, where publishers come in with games that aren't finished yet, that are like close to being ready, but they need outside player feedback. They've play tested them at home, they've worked on them for however long, but it's ready to see the outside world. And so we set up a space where they pay to come in and run sessions for free for players, and then at the end of their playtest for it, they get feedback back from the players, and they fill out forms and tell them what they liked and what they didn't like and what needs work for it. We have a lot of really exciting young designers, new designers, who are basically creating the games that you're going to see in the exhibit hall next year, are getting tested here this year for this, and you have the chance through First Exposure to have some input in that and to give advice and, like, you know, actually play these with the designers.
Very cool, very cool. Now, what type of play testers are they? Are they like alpha gamers, or are they new gamers?
It's the people at Gen Con. You know, I mean, coming to Gen Con at all presumes that you like really care about games and have some experience with them. So they're getting to draw from the pool of, you know, people who come to Gen Con who clearly love what they're doing anyway for this. To a certain extent, we are able to kind of curate those lists. If you say to us as a publisher, I need 5 players who know about Euro board games or something, or I need people of a certain age or a certain demographic or whatever for it, to a certain extent, we're able to curate that and provide you as a publisher with, as a designer, with the people that you want to play it. But for the most part, we're just providing you with like really excited, interesting players who really want to enjoy giving feedback. You know, they care about games. They want to see games made better. So,
What kind of games are a majority of played there at?
all sorts: card games, board games, dice games, role-playing games, traditional role-playing games, indie storytelling role-playing games. We have all kinds of stuff.
Wow, that's amazing.
77 publishers in there, 77 designers in there. For it.
77.
Some of them have more than one game. So,
Wow. So how's one get in contact with y'all to be here at Gen Con and do some of this with the publishing and having the play testers with the alpha gamers?
with the alpha gamers, as a designer, you contact Double Exposure, and do I give out our email address for this here? It's Darren at dexposure.com, D-E-X-posure. And you know, contact us. Now, we run shows at other conventions. We have a convention in New Jersey in November called Metatopia that is this on a much bigger scale.
Right.
That is this for an entire weekend. It's the only thing that goes on. We take over the hotel and we basically run a boot camp for new game designers, so they can get their products play tested. They can also get access to, you know, they can talk to printers, they can talk to lawyers about IP or contracts, they can talk to representatives from Kickstarter about how Kickstarter works, if that's how you're going to fund your game for it. We have a whole seminar track that is aimed at new beginning publishers to get them off on the right foot, to like show them how the industry works.
Because it's difficult, because I know, because I've gone through the whole thing.
It's you feel at the beginning for this like you're the only person who's ever done this. You know, like, oh, how do I solve this problem? There's no book that tells me how to be a game designer or whatever. You know, well, we've all done it. I mean, almost everybody involved with Double Exposure is a designer, is somebody who with experience in the industry for it, and we are delighted and happy to share how it works, the process that you're going to have to go through, what it's like to be in the business of making games.
Right. And I really like that aspect of it, that you're willing to give back to even to other game designers, no matter if they're kind of like competing with you or not.
Nobody's competing with that.
I mean, games are.
This is a very close industry. People do care about each other. People enjoy watching each other do stuff. You know, we're all better off if there are more awesome games. You know, just in general. So like, we all have a vested interest in making everybody's game awesome. You know, as awesome as it can be. I love to see awesome games. It's not a competition for it. You know, there's room out there for lots more awesome game designers. You know.
Very cool.
We're not full.
Maybe I gotta play Apton Roaches with you sometime.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
That would be awesome. But no, Darren, thank you for coming in and sharing this with you. We'll go ahead and put on there the website, and we'll see it like down right there. Yeah, right there. It's going to be moving like that too. Right. But I really appreciate what you're doing, and all the publishers out there that are using your service are, I'm sure, really digging it.
Thank you much. Absolutely. I mean, we love Gen Con. This is our third show at Gen Con, and it gets bigger and better every year here for this. So
yeah, you heard it here. See you later. Geek Out SA.
This is Maui with Tex-Mex. How's it going, guys? This is Maui with Tex-Mex, and I've got a little bit of news for you. Not too much today. First, I did want to give an update for the last thing I talked about, the Ohm 1 levitating speaker. They actually changed the prices on the last two pledges that you can do, I guess. So you can get 2 customized Ohm 1s for $1,000 instead of the $3,000 they had that at. So that's pretty cool. Customize that however you wish. And then you can actually have dinner with them for $3,000 instead of the $6,000 they had previously before. So if you really did want to be that creeper and go have dinner with the inventor of the Ohm 1, I guess that's kind of cool. Speaking of speakers, LG is coming out with some new speakers, a new speaker system called, I believe, the Music Wave. I'll check up on that. It's the Music Wave. If you're familiar with the Sonos sound systems, speaker systems, it's a Wi-Fi speaker system where you can connect multiple speakers to one device, and you can even connect multiple devices to that. So it's like a home network system speaker network? I don't know. I said network twice there, right? Anyways, either way, you can play your music from any device to the speakers in any speaker in any room. So you'll be able to play music from wherever you are to whatever speaker in the room. It's kind of pretty cool. Don't have any prices on that yet, but that's something to be looking forward to. Now, space glasses. Space glasses. What do you think when you talk about space glasses? We're going to go up to space, fly some rocket ships, go to the moon? Actually, no. This is, think of Tony Stark in Iron Man. You know how he's able to have the holographic computers and he's able to go like this and move things around. Space glasses, the glasses you put on your face, obviously. Space face glasses. You put these glasses on your face, and it's a computer. It's a holographic computer you can hook up with your phone, your tablet, your laptop, and it creates a holographic display in front of you. You can use your hands to move everything around. You can even create stuff on this and send it to a 3D printer and 3D print whatever you just created with your 3D, your holographic computer. It's pretty awesome. It has 9 axis motion cameras there that help capture everything you do. Screen size 15 times bigger than the Google Glass, so pretty full screen. And of course, surround sound acoustics on that, so you can go ahead and watch whatever you wish. Maybe some Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, actually, the Oculus Rift has a hack out for Netflix. Now, this is actually pretty cool. If you don't know what the Oculus Rift is, it's a virtual reality headset. Well, with the Netflix hack, now this isn't legitimate yet. We don't know if there's going to actually be an app for it, but with this hack, you are in a room surrounded by Netflix. Movie here, movie there, same thing with your hand gesture. Pick a movie, put it in, it throws you into a room. There's 4 walls, everything, a giant screen in front of you. You look around, you see a wall, you look to the right, see a wall. I don't really understand that, but you're in a virtual room. Virtual movie theater, personal, set for 1, watching whatever you want on Netflix. Let's see, what do the youngins watch on Netflix nowadays? Documentaries? House of what?
House of Cards.
House of Cards, exactly. House of Cards, that's what.
New Black.
And Orange is the New Black. I love that show, by the way. So that is what I have for you today. I've got a little bit of Apple rumors that the iPad Air 2 is going to have 2 gigs of RAM. We don't know that yet. We'll find out on September 9th, but you'll be sure I'll have a special Apple-only segment for that week. And they're going to be coming out with an iWatch, a digital watch from Apple. I'm not too sure how we feel about that. I don't think those Samsung watches or anything else have been that popular at all. Anyways, that's it for today. Up next, we're going to have Matt from Level Up.
All right, guys. Hey, this is Matt from Level Up. So, have not much news for you today, unfortunately. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls Ultimate Edition just came out for Xbox One and PS4. Me and Maui from Tex-Mex and Michelle from Pokemon Pod picked up a copy. So, we're going to be playing on Twitch live. You guys better check us out. We need a 4th. So if you want to hook up and play Diablo 4 or Diablo 3 with us, that would be awesome. We'd appreciate it. But actually, that's all the news I have for today. We're going to be putting up the Twitch on the Facebook as soon as we start playing, hopefully sometime tonight. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Next, we got Pokemon Pod with Michelle.
Hey there, I'm Michelle from Pokemon Pod, and this week not too much has happened. I mean, Worlds happened, but I didn't follow it, sorry. But also, don't forget, you can download Heracross and Pinsir from GameStop, and you have to actually talk to whoever's at the counter to get a card like this, and it just tells you the dates, and on the back, it'll give you a code, and you scratch it off, and you'll get their Megastone. And you actually have to go to Mystery Gift, and then there's like a through code thing, so that's how you get it. So, yeah, that's about all I have. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm Vince, Geek Out SA.